right now on Up with KREM, the world's biggest 3-on-3 basketball tournament is making a comeback in the pandemic. This morning, we joined the Hoopfest executive director for a one-on-one.
Lake City High School students will be in class today with their masks on. This morning, why the school is bringing back its mask mandate.
Meteorological summer officially begins today, and as we kick things off, it is warm. We're talking 90s across the inland northwest, some places even approaching 100 degrees.
A tennis player has withdrawn from the French Open, citing her mental health as the reason. This morning, a look at the tennis world's reaction.
Up with KREM starts right now.
Oh boy, here it is. The countdown is on for Hoopfest 2021. The world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament is now 101 days away, 19 hours and 0 minutes away.
Very exciting. Today's team registration opens up, so coming in just a few minutes, we're going to tell you how you can register the event, what you need to know for that registration, and maybe some tips on how to practice on the basketball court. Brandon,
we need some tips.
Oh man, did you see him moving out there? That guy has played some hoop-skip-ball before, for sure.
He is a baller in more than one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
My goodness. So, Jeremy, this will be your first official Hoop Fest, of course. And yeah, normally it is in June, and it is just scorching hot. So, and it's kind of going to be that way this week.
Yeah, I mean, this week, no doubt about it, it is hot. This is officially the start of meteorological summer. I know you guys are going, what is it? What? Yeah, you guys get to start summer here in a few weeks, but for us meteorologists, we started on the 1st, and the reason is it's just easier to keep records that way. We go 3 hottest months of the year, 3 coldest months of the year, and then on either end of it, the transitions in and out of those months. It's a beautiful start to the day right now. Temperatures are on the up and up. 55 in Coeur d'Alene, 61 here in Spokane. I'm standing out here. Thankfully, it's in the shade, but I can feel it. It's going to start warming up quick. 50 in Sandpoint and near 60 in Wenatchee and Moses Lake early on this morning. Not much going on overhead. A couple of high cirrus clouds. That's about it. I can see a contrail over there, and really, that's about it. We are building in that ridge of high pressure, and from 11 a.m. today till 8 p.m. on Thursday, we have heat advisories in place for temperatures approaching the triple digits. For us today, that's 90. We're not in the heat advisory, but 90 is still hot nonetheless. That's warm enough that you really got to be aware of your surroundings, drink plenty of water, and do not leave anything in the car. Nothing. Not even your eggs from the grocery store. It's that kind of hot. 90 today, 95 tomorrow, and 94 by Thursday. We stay hot the next few days. We've got a cool down in the works. I'll let you know when that arrives. Coming up in your full forecast.
Jeremy, thank you. Plans are moving forward for the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
Well, today, team registration opens for Spokane's Hoopfest. This morning, we have Brandon T. Jones live at Peaceful Valley basketball courts, assisting us with a lot of the details, working on those moves. Brandon, how's it going there? Oh, fake it out.
Oh. You see me, Dana Marie? Nah, it's going pretty well. You know, before I even get into Hoopfest, this is my first time actually coming to this Peaceful Valley basketball court. How cool is this place? It's got the little graffiti art all over the place. It's right underneath the bridge. I hear all the cars riding across over top of me. But I told you I am here to talk about Hoopfest and all of the great activities that are going on over here this year. Got pushed back a little bit because of COVID, so this year, September 11th and September 12th are the dates that you need to know. And honestly, there's plenty of ways to get registered, so I'm gonna read some of those off to you right now. First and foremost, you will need a team name and fill out the registration form on the Hoopfest website. There are several divisions participants can register for. To guarantee your division, you must register by July 26th. After the deadline, players can register on a space availability basis through August 9th. Team entry fees range from $136 to $196. Special Olympics, unified and wheelchair divisions can play for free. Players can register for more than one team, but Hoopfest will not make schedule conflict changes. If you want to volunteer, registration opens on Saturday, June 19th. So some of these days are coming up pretty soon. Keep that in mind. Last year, Hoopfest had to move to a virtual format due to COVID-19. The virtual event was comprised of challenges and contests you could do at your front door. Since 1990, Hoopfest has helped build the basketball community. They created 30 community basketball courts in the region and donated over $2.5 million to charity. If you need more information about Hoopfest and anything else you need to know, please text us the word Hoopfest to 509-448-2000. We're going to be out here all morning long. The executive director of Hoopfest, Matt Santangelo, is joining us with my shoot a little basketball over here. I'm not going to shoot until he comes because, I don't want to put myself at risk of, missing a shot on live TV, and that'll likely happen. So for the time being, I'll give it a little toss back to you all,
It's a Harlem Globetrotter over there.
Hey, speaking of that, Dana Marie, we actually both met the Harlem Globetrotters,
Yes.
and Dana Marie can ball.
Okay, well, he gave me all of these things to do, like he was trying to fake me out. And I tried all of them, and he was stunned. He's like, oh my gosh, she actually tried to do it.
You could also spin the ball on your finger, too.
I could.
We'll have to pull up that video, too, and we'll share it on social media.
But I didn't know that he was holding my finger.
Oh,
Yes, because he
I
said,
missed
look
that.
away. And then when I rewatched the tapes, I was so excited, but he was going like this. So.
Oh, it was still impressive. She's
Thank
been
you.
humble.
Thanks.
All right, it's time for your morning rush now. More news in less time.
Today, for the first time in over a year, every STCU branch will be fully open. This includes the downtown Spokane location. The credit union will continue to require masks and social distance for people who are not fully vaccinated. Over the pandemic, it also added 5 locations in the Inland Northwest that will now be open.
A historic week for Spokane Public Schools. This week, they will break ground on 2 new middle schools. The Denny Yasara Middle School will break ground tomorrow. The school is named after a civil rights activist who served as the president of the Spokane Coalition for Human Rights. He was also an active member within the Japanese community. He taught at both Logan Elementary and Gary Middle Schools. Also happening this week, the Pauline Flett Middle School has its groundbreaking on Thursday.
Well, 2 kayakers were rescued yesterday when one of them lost their oar in rough water. They were on the Skyhomish River outside of Monroe. They were not wearing life jackets. Officials say now this is a reminder for everyone to wear them at all times while out on the water.
Alki Beach in Western Washington has more police presence last night after a TikTok video invited hundreds of people to the beach. A large crowd gathered over the weekend and caused major disruptions. 3 people were arrested and a gun was confiscated. No word yet on how long Seattle police will keep up the extra patrols.
Gonzaga baseball received a 2 seed for the NCAA Baseball Championship. It's the highest seed they've ever received for the tournament. However, the regular season didn't totally end how they wanted to, losing the next games of that series to the Toreros 9-0 and 10-2. It did cost them their bid to host a regional tournament for the first time in program history.
Now we're moving on. I mean, this team is very, very resilient, and they'll handle it properly.
Well, don't worry. How the regular season is now no longer a concern for Gonzaga baseball because Zag's first game will be June 4th against LSU. The first pitch is at 7 p.m. and that will be streamed on ESPN3. Go Zags. Can't wait to support them. Well, that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag UpWithKrem on social media. Well, still ahead now on Up with Krem.
Well, the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, now they both require a 2-step vaccine process, but health experts warn not to mix and match the vaccine. So after the break, we'll tell you why.
And the countdown is on. In less than 3 hours, we're going to find out who will join the list of artists performing at the Pavilion this summer. The announcement will be made at 9 o'clock. You can find it on KREM.com. You've given us a lot of great guesses. We want to know who you would like to see perform at the Pavilion this summer. Text us 509-448-2000. You can see your comments right here on Up with Krem. Some people are saying Rolling Stones, Taylor Swift, Hozier. Oh my gosh, we have Dolly Parton, also Alan Jackson, Carrie Underwood. Take a look. All really, really good options. Christopher from the Valley says AC/DC. I'm with you. All right, let us know. I love this guessing game. Let's be investigative journalists and see who is coming our way.
Oh man, can it be anyone from any point in history, or does it have to be a band that's still touring now? Well, either way, I get that like real bands have to come now, but man, there's so many options. Coming up, we're talking summer weather as we officially kick off meteorological summer. I'll let you know how long this warm weather sticks around.